Hey there, brilliant scientists, and welcome. Are you ready to go on an adventure? Because today we're basically detectives. Our mission is to solve a huge mystery. How do living things actually survive in some of the toughest places on Earth? Come on, let's dive in and start hunting for some clues.
All right, so here it is. This is the big question, the mystery we're tackling today. Think about it. How does an animal manage to live in a scorching hot desert? Or what about a place that's just freezing cold and covered in ice? I mean, it sounds kind of impossible, right? But don't you worry, we're going to find the clues and we are going to solve this thing together.
Okay, so you know how every good detective story starts with that one major clue? Well, that's our first step. We need to find the one secret that all these incredible survivors have in common. And it all comes down to one special scientific word. A word that explains, well, pretty much everything. And boom, here it is. The number one clue, the big one, is adaptation. So what exactly is an adaptation? Well, you can think of it like a superpower that an animal or a plant has. It's some kind of special feature that helps it not just live, but also have babies, right there in its own environment. So you gotta remember this, adaptation. That's the real secret to survival.
But wait, there's more, because these superpowers, these adaptations, they come in two main flavors. First up, you've got structural adaptation. That's all about the animal's body, its structure, like a polar bear's super thick fur. Then you've got behavioral adaptation, and that's about what an animal does, its actions, like a lizard that knows to hide in the shade to cool down. So see, one's about body parts, the other's about actions.
All right, detectives, time to bring in our first expert witness. This animal is an absolute master of surviving in the coldest, iciest places you can imagine. Let's give a warm welcome to the penguin. Whoa, just look at this incredible animal. So the penguin, its home is Antarctica. We're talking a seriously cold polar climate. I mean, it's one of the absolute coldest spots on the entire planet. Just ice and wind everywhere. So the question is, how on earth does it stay warm in all of that cold? And here we go, the first piece of the puzzle. The penguin's body has these two amazing structural adaptations that keep it super warm. For starters, it's got this thick layer of blubbery fat right under its skin. And on top of that, it has a coat of really dense feathers. When you put them together, the fat and the feathers work just like the best winter coat you can imagine. It just traps all the heat in and keeps the penguin nice and cozy. Okay, so mystery solved for its body, right? It stays warm. But hang on a second. Take a really close look at its feet. They're totally bare. No feathers at all, and they're standing right on the ice. So that brings us to the next mystery. How come its feet don't just freeze? All right, team. I think we just found our biggest clue yet. We are about to uncover the amazing secret that's hidden right inside the penguin's feet. You ready for this?
Okay, look at this diagram here. The secret isn't something you can see on the outside. Nope. It's all about how the blood moves around in these tiny little tubes. We call them blood vessels. And this incredible system, well, it's the key to the whole mystery.
So how does it all work? Honestly, it's genius. Picture this. You've got two straws, and they're twisted all around each other. One has hot chocolate, the other has a cold milkshake. What's going to happen? The hot chocolate is going to warm up the milkshake, right? Well, that is exactly what's going on in the penguin's feet. You've got warm blood coming down from the body, and its blood vessels are wrapped all around the vessels carrying that freezing cold blood back up from the feet. This whole clever trick is called heat transfer. It means the feet stay just warm enough not to freeze, and the rest of the body doesn't get a shock of cold blood. It's just an absolutely brilliant adaptation.
You guys have done some fantastic work. Seriously, great job analyzing the clues. So now it's time for a quick check-in, a little pop quiz to see what you've learned. You ready to show off your detective skills?
Okay, question number 1. What's that special name for the characteristics that help animals survive? You know, that superpower word we talked about? Yes, you got it. Adaptation. You totally remember the biggest clue in our whole investigation. Awesome job. All right, next up. Think back to our penguin friend. What were the two things on its body that act like a built-in winter coat? Perfect! A coat of dense feathers and that thick layer of fat. You nailed it! And now for the big one, the final question. How do those penguins keep their bare feet from turning into popsicles on the ice? And the secret is that super clever system of blood vessels. The warm vessels wrap around the cold ones, they transfer heat, and they keep the feet safe. Case closed. You've solved it, detectives.
You know, you all did an amazing job today. And by figuring this out, you've basically unlocked your own superpower. And that's science. Science is what lets us understand all the incredible hidden secrets of the world.
So let's just quickly recap the case file. We learned that adaptation is the key that helps animals survive. We figured out that penguins use dense feathers and fat as their winter coat. We uncovered the amazing secret of heat transfer in their blood vessels that saves their feet. And, most importantly, we proved that science is the key that unlocks all of these awesome secrets.
Seriously, great work today, scientists. The biggest thing to remember is to just keep looking at the world around you and never, ever stop asking questions, because science is literally everywhere. I wonder, what amazing adaptations will you spot next? Until then, stay curious.